What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, May 3rd. We are glad you are here. We are glad to talk some wrestling with you. It's been a busy week somewhat, but we have WWE Backlash France going on tomorrow. So we are excited to talk about that. We will be giving you our predictions for that show. So we know I'm going to probably bat 1 for 4. Because right now there's only 5 scheduled matches. I don't know if there's another match added or anything like that. I have not watched SmackDown yet. SmackDown has already aired. So if you are in the chat, please don't give any spoilers. We don't want that.
Yeah, because I will.
Yeah, because Maggie will do that for us, I guess. But we want to start every show like we normally do. Maggie, how are you?
Well, Rob, one of the things that we both agree upon is that we both hate spiders, right?
Yeah, spiders suck ass.
Yeah. Like I get it. They're important for the ecosystem and whatnot.
Yeah.
I know that.
Not
Come
you. I'm
on.
saying spiders.
Yeah, like I get it. All living things matter, for the human, they matter, okay? But I really, really hate spiders. I really do. So today I was, like always, I take the day shift on Friday because I have to do our show on during the night. And as I'm doing, some boring paperwork, I just, look up and see, because like the lamps over our bar are made of drum sets. So from one of the, from one of the drums, a spider is dropping down, and I'm like, fudge no. So I took a napkin and I crushed the spider with my, with my napkin hand, and then I flushed it down the toilet. And then I texted one of my bosses, and I'm like, just so you know, I'm about to burn down the bar. Just FYI. And he was like, did you see a spider? And I was like, yeah, I freaking saw a spider. It's just, yeah. So if not anything, all 3 of my bosses understand my phobia, and they may not agree with it. But one of my bosses has a phobia from birds. Okay. So I think I'm good. And, swallows just returned to Bulgaria, and don't make any childish remarks on the name of the bird. Okay.
Some people spit. I mean, that's okay.
Okay. Okay. There you go. You only get one, you child.
Some people
Okay.
prefer to wipe it off their face. So I don't know.
Okay. 2. It's just thin eyes, mister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me with that shaven off face, okay?
Yeah, I did shave.
Yeah, you did shave.
All the way from my shave down to my ball furrow.
Yeah, okay. Like, you tried to say that before our show. I stopped you right there. But you just had to do it for the fans of Coexisting, okay? You
Like
just had to. Like a seal. There you go. Kiss from a rose.
Yeah.
Okay. So while
Hey,
we're
Heidi
on a
Klum,
good
how you
track,
doing? Yeah. Sorry.
Stop.
Well,
Stop it. Let me just get in my bit so we can start talking about actual wrestling apart from spiders and birds and swallowing.
oh yeah.
I mean, we're on overbooked. Okay, this
Giggity.
isn't Fightful Select, So hi guys, thank you for joining our show. Thank you for supporting us. The best thing that you can do right now for absolutely for free is leave a like on the video, please. It helps us out a ton. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Second of all, please subscribe to Fightful Overbooked and to youtube.com/Fightful. Those are the easiest things you can do to support everything that we do over here at Fightful. Please send us a super chat. It's the bottom $sign at the bottom of the live chat on YouTube. Any amount will get your comment read on the air, and we'll know that you're supporting us and like what we do. If you're not watching on YouTube and you're watching on other platforms, you can set a Humper Chat at humperchats.com. It will also get your question or statement read here with Rob and I. And last but definitely not least, please subscribe to Fightful Select. There are a lot of news coming out of all pay-per-views, contract news. Seth Rollins signed a new contract. Drew McIntyre signed a new contract. I know that, the Drew McIntyre thing, The Rock kind of did that. It wasn't us, but it helps us out a lot. It helps Corey and Sean a lot. So, with all the plugs out of the way, let's start with some
let me
actual
start.
wrestling.
All right. Matt Radkeel stopped in. He told me why he was stopping in today. So I'm going to go ahead and start in with this. Okay. As it's been reported plenty of times over and over, WrestleMania 41 has gone from Minneapolis to Las Vegas. And there are... I've seen in chat that the NXT cuts are happening. So, yeah.
Great.
Of course, I got to wait till Coexisting starts. Anyways, WrestleMania 41. Now, for those who don't know, if you listen to this show, I live in Minnesota, and I have been pumped about this for a long time. I've been working on this for a long time, like stories, talking to people. Am I mad?
Yes.
No, I'm really not. I'm more like down about it than I am mad, because I spent so much time working on it. And when the reason comes out why it's not here, that's when I will let it out more. There's a reason why it's not here, and I can't say why yet, but I do know why.
Okay.
And I've seen the theories online.
You said that it was something hilarious. I mean, not hilarious, but like kind of.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. It's nothing. It has nothing to do with. Now WWE might paint it this way. They might say it's because Minnesota officials let it out again. That's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. There's been theories online. I will say one of those theories is absolutely correct. So I'll let people do their own looking into that, but I won't say anything until
it's out there.
Until it's out there, because it's somebody else's story.
Okay.
So that said, there's been a lot of reports that WWE will give something else to Minneapolis, which, as far as I'm concerned, if they give us 42, I'll be happy. If they give us 43, just give me a damn Mania. That's what I want. Just announce it. Give it,
Fair.
That's all. That's all I want. Just announce it. It's ridiculous that it's not ridiculous that I worked on it, because it's what I do. It's ridiculous that so many people in like my state worked on it. They were excited, and from all intent, when more stuff comes out about this, I have a lot of stuff that I can let out. Unfortunately, until this comes out, I can't really say much, because I don't want to burn it. I wouldn't necessarily burn any of my sources. It's just, it'd be kind of easy for other people to figure it out. So I just need others to wait on it. I am irritated that Vegas is getting it, because
I mean, Vegas already, but yeah, they don't give a crap about AEW, I'm sure.
This is the thing, like Vegas is, the one thing that I've seen online is the Rock wanted a big time field, or not the Rock. WWE wanted a big time field. Maybe it was the Rock, maybe it was Roman, whoever. They wanted a big time like feel to the fight. And granted, Vegas has always done that for boxing, like Vegas, UFC, of course. Yeah, that brings a big fight feel. Now, my thing is, okay, that's fine. I get that. But from a fan standpoint, if they're talking like money wise, I don't know how much they're going to charge for tickets, but US Bank Stadium can actually fit 3,000 more people than Allegiant Stadium. So if it comes down to like how many people that can sit in there, they can shut the F up about that, because it's not about the people, because it's about it, and it's always been about the money. Of course, I know that. I'm not dumb. I might act dumb, but I'm not dumb.
Come on.
So it's they're already pushing this back to May. Like it's not that, and it's a dome.
Doesn't
anyway,
have a
so
roof. I mean, like
I mean, US Bank Stadium has a roof, so it's
okay.
That's fine.
I
So.
mean, I definitely wanted you to have a WrestleMania because I kind of feel like you guys deserve it. For me, because I'm biased here, London not getting a WrestleMania has always been a travesty for me. Not only because I can actually go because it's London, but because like from what you might have seen from this night, if you already watched SmackDown, European crowds are a thing of beauty. And I said this on Twitter. I hope all wrestling companies are watching and they're taking notes, because I'm not going to spoil anything from SmackDown. I mean, I only watched the second hour of SmackDown because I just then realized that it was actually live. Because like you remember that Puerto Rican crowd, right? From last year's wait, was it last year's Backlash?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was last year's Backlash. Jesus fucking Christ, man. That crowd made me go out of my body and experience a whole different thing about wrestling. I'm talking about this night's crowd in France.
France.
That crowd made me experience a whole different life, people.
Yeah,
Please, if not, like the show was a spectacle by itself because of that crowd. Rarely do you see Paul Heyman having no words when it comes to a wrestling crowd. That exact thing happened tonight. Like,
well, let's not spoil anything.
No, I'm not. Like, he didn't know what to say.
Yeah,
like he was flabbergasted, and I'm never in my entire life did I think that I was ever gonna say this. And if my dad hears what I'm saying, he's gonna denounce me as a daughter. Way to go, France. Way to go, France. I am so happy for these people, because sure, they have house shows there, like they have house shows in Europe all the time. I mean, them getting a SmackDown and a pay-per-view back to back, I'm just so incredibly happy for them, because you can just see how thirsty for wrestling they were. And I'm always happy to see that, because wrestling changes our lives. Wrestling matters to us, and wrestling keeps us, going. And as sad as this may be, it's just the fact of life.
Yeah.
It was the beautiful thing. Please, if you don't give a crap about SmackDown before the actual pay-per-view, just watch SmackDown because of that crowd, just to get yourself warmed up for whatever the hell you're about to experience tomorrow. Jesus.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited to watch SmackDown. I always like watching SmackDown. I know some people, it varies, but it's gonna be good, I think, with that crowd, especially the way you're making it sound. So that's gonna be good.
Amazing.
But we might as well talk about our Backlash predictions. How about that, since we're already talking about it? Mm-hmm. So we do have a super chat from our good friend Ryan Sullivan that I will read first. Rob was robbed of Mania. We will not accept this.
A play on words, I see. Yes.
Ethan, this isn't a super chat, but it's Soupy, so he gets load. So Ethan Page just put out a video answering the rumors. Love this man.
Yes.
If you want to say what he said, that'd be great. Just I'm curious what he said.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not watching the video. Like,
Yeah.
Or were you talking to Soupy?
Yeah, I was talking to Soupy. Yep. So, let's go ahead and do our predictions. How about that?
Yes. Yes.
Let's do it. We will start off with. Let's go with a little. Let's go with this one. Bailey defending her title against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton in a triple threat match.
Because again, I didn't watch the first hour of SmackDown, and I have no idea if Tiffany Stratton came out or not. I haven't. I can't wait to see how France reacts to Tiffany, because she was so ridiculously over. Was it Saudi? No. Where was that? Where was Elimination Chamber?
Last year, London.
Elimination Chamber?
Oh, in Australia. Sorry.
Oh yeah, thank you, Jesus. Yeah,
sorry,
in
I was thinking
Australia.
the ladder match. Yeah.
Yeah. That crowd freaking lost it for Tiffany Stratton, and because I love the girl, I really do. I feel like she has a ton of potential, but I'm gonna pick Bailey here. Naomi and Tiffany Stratton, they might as well just cost each other the match because they were into it the last couple of shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't wait for this. It's I feel like WWE keep forgetting about Bailey, and I'm kind of pissed off about that. I'm sure that they're gonna put on quite a show. That crowd is gonna go insane for Bailey as well. I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
But again, mainly that crowd's gonna eat every matchup. Seriously.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. I have Bailey retaining. There's no way I see her losing that title anytime soon. But Bailey's got this victory wrapped up, in my opinion. So
I also think that. I mean, you can't possibly have Bailey win at WrestleMania with such an emotional win, with the build and her building towards a babyface turn, and then just losing it and her first pay-per-view defense. You don't do that.
Correct. Well, let's move on to our second match. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, the new, I guess what would you call them? The
RKO? RKO show, because that's
RKO
what they
show?
called. Yeah, that's what they called the KO show tonight. RKO show.
Yeah. RKO show. So you got Kevin Owens and Mr. Randy Orton taking on Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. This is going to be interesting.
Solo Sikoa keeps calling Tama Tonga
MFT.
MFT. What do you think that means?
No.
My fucking triceps?
Well,
my fucking traps?
No, what I heard it the other day. It's I heard it the other day.
My back, my
neck,
my
back,
and my
neck and my neck, my back, my neck and my back. I'm suing you for 100. Damn it! I forgot the line from Friday. You ever seen that movie?
No.
You should. Chris Tucker, Ice Cube. Sure. Good times. Miss Parker. You have to see the movie. Miss Parker is fine. Tell you that much. Mustard. Oh, there it is. He got it. Thanks, Corey. You're always there for us.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good thing. I have to remember to eat at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corey. You're a
Well,
blessing.
anyways, who you got winning this match? Maggie?
Well, I'm okay. This isn't a spoiler or anything, but like during the RKO show on tonight's SmackDown, they did have a guest in the eyes of Paul Heyman. It was a really interesting conversation they had. Uh, I don't think you can possibly debut Tomatonga on a pay per view and have him lose the match. Um, I mean, you can, but please don't. um, I from what they're doing with Kevin Owens, and believe me, I don't like it because I I think the world of Kevin Owens and I adore the guy. I mean, he spoke French to the people tonight. Um, I I love the guy, and I kind of feel like he deserves a title push and an actual title win. I'm still pissed that he didn't win the United States Championship at WrestleMania, but there you go. That's a totally different story. I From what they're booking Kevin Owens, I don't think that he loses much by getting pinned by Tamatonga. Um, I I'm excited to see what Tamatonga is in a WWE wrestling ring.
Yeah.
I'm also excited to see how WWE fans react to Tamatonga because when he debuted on SmackDown, um, a certain amount of people who had no idea who he was because they don't watch New Japan, and that's fine. They were like silent, but the people who knew, they fucking lost their minds. So it's it's kind of a weird situation because we're about to see what they do with him. We're about to see how much they elevate him, how they work him inside that whole bloodline storyline, which I don't see ending anytime soon because they're building towards a lot of things here.
Yeah.
I do have Solo Sikoa and Tamatonga here. Uh, yes, for the sole purpose of the Tamatonga, you can't afford to give that guy a loss. And the crowd is going to be pissed because they adore the RKO show. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
What do you think?
so I think you're right. You can't the way they're pushing uh, the bloodline again. Already with Solo and Tama. I You can't have them lose, in my opinion. So I think this is the way you go. I don't think I don't know how they're going to lose, but I just think this is the way you keep them on top.
This is the
I
way.
Yeah, I I know people aren't happy with or are not, this is never a popular decision. This is one match where I'd absolutely 100% be okay with a double disqualification or something like that. I know not many people are happy with that, but in this case, I would actually be okay with it
This
because you're
would have been okay if it were. I'm sorry for cutting you off. If it were a SmackDown, a big SmackDown main event or a Raw main event, but like it's actually a pay per view, and they've strayed away from that in recent months, and I'm happy about that. By the way, don't get me wrong, but I do understand what you're saying. Continue.
yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing. What it comes down to. I think that's the way to go. But who knows? I mean, we don't know what way they're going to go, and I mean that's really it, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to this match quite a bit, though. I think it's
Yes.
going to be good, what we call good stuff, pal. Let's go on to our next match. Damian Priest defending his title against Mr. Jay Uso. Who you got, Maggie?
there's no way they're gonna make Damian Priest lose the championship, right?
Nah, not
Uh,
yet.
I don't think that's
And
happening. The
yeah,
match is gonna be good though. Yeah, Jey Uso, man, I don't think I've ever thought that this guy would have been such a huge, first of all, main eventer, and second of all, a huge single superstar. I've never, that thought never even crossed my mind. I mean, that's like, I'm sorry for the cliche comparison, but like that's like having Matt Jackson as a main eventer and the single superstar. That's just weird. Um, and I kind of feel like he's only had one singles match in AEW. Nick has had multiple, but like Matt has only had one, if my memory serves me correct, serves me right. Um, but he has the whole crowd behind him every time he comes out, and I can't wait to see France doing the J dance. That's so great. I mean, that's so stupid. It just fits so much. I mean, I love stupid things because they're so silly and they're just simplicity is often the way to go when you want to get over.
yeah. I mean,
I
exactly.
love this. The match is gonna be good if they let Damian Priest just be Damian Priest in the ring. I suppose there's gonna be shenanigans from Judgment Day, probably. But Damian Priest, like the Judgment Day are obviously on thin ice. They're obviously on thin ice. Damian has been pretty pissed off with uh, JD McDonough, with Dominic Mysterio, and with Finn Balor. He's pissed that everyone's losing, and he kind of feels like he's the only one keeping the group together because Rhea Ripley isn't there anymore. She had to relinquish the title because of her injury.
Hmm.
And you kind of see how Rhea Ripley was actually the one that was holding that group together. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Judgment Day not be a thing anymore when Rhea Ripley returns, or the least it could be a shadow of itself. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that correctly.
No, I know what you meant. So
Okay, what do you think?
Damian Priest. I don't. The only match I see, like maybe titles changing hands, is our next match,
Oh yes,
and this is the tag women's tag team match. Uh, Damage Control's Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, defending their titles against Mrs. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
hell yes.
I could. I This is the only match I see titles changing hands. So I'm gonna go with Bianca and Miss Jade Cargill. I think those two will win it. I think they will be faces for a while before one of them turns heel. And there you go.
I completely agree. Putting those titles on Jade and Bianca is, I kind of feel like it's the right call. Um, I will never get over how flawless the three of them looked with Naomi. In their entrances at WrestleMania and in their match, I mean, they look like goddesses. And I always get goosebumps when women are presented as dominant as they were. Um, Bianca and Jade, they look like they could be a force to be reckoned with. Um, First of all, they look like money, like both of them. Like I, I'm, I kind of feel like they're a whole different species. I mean, like you have no right to look this good. I mean, it's just I. I mean, they're specimens, both of them. I just I'm so incredibly I'm incredibly proud of them. I don't know if I can express myself
Okay, Madonna.
correctly. What?
I said, okay, Madonna. Get it? You said express
Express
yourself.
yourself. Hey, 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 hey.
There you go, Soupy.
Madonna
Gotcha.
reference. Okay.
There you
I
go.
love
I know.
Madonna,
I
by the
know.
way.
I know. That's why I brought it up for you because I'm
I
familiar.
I adore the woman. Yeah. So Bianca and Jade, I've the, they're both of them are made to have gold. I mean, they're already golden. I mean, just give those women some titles. The stupid thing is exactly like you mentioned, because I do feel see that happening. Is one of them will turn on the other, and I kind of feel like this will be Bianca turning on Jade.
Yeah,
Um, I love rain.
I
Feel it
prefer.
on my
I prefer snow, but
fingertips. Feel it on my... You ruin everything, Robert.
I
So,
do.
yeah,
I do.
the, like I was saying, I do feel like Bianca will be the one to turn on Jade, because um, I kind of see the audience giving Jade their full attention, and Bianca can kind of feel left out, which is weird because I
Mhm.
mean, this shouldn't be a thing. Like, this is almost, yes, it does. I'm so happy that people get Madonna,
See,
because, like,
and you say I ruin shit.
people don't like Madonna here. And by people, I
Oh,
mean men. Like, and that's
well,
stupid. Yeah.
I know most guys are weird when it comes to
Yes.
music.
Yes. They're also afraid of strong women. So there you go.
Yeah, you gotta watch
Uh,
out for the strong women. Though.
yeah. So as I was saying, Jesus. Um, yeah, and I kind of feel like we've been long overdue for a Bianca heel turn. I feel like. So the stupid thing here is, one woman turning on the other, for me, it will always be kind of lazy, because it raises the speculation that all women stab each other in the back, because we just had Fallon Henley stabbing Thea Hale in the back on
Can't
this week's
trust them.
NXT. What?
Can't trust them.
Yeah, women, right? What you gonna do? Yeah, and that's kind of lazy. That's always been lazy. And second of all, it's the women's tag team championships. They're fucking cursed. You know, from the very start, those tag what is it with those titles? I mean, this hasn't even happened yet, and I'm already pissed off. So if they find a different way to do it, I'll be happier, but I do see that happening. I can't see them losing the championships, and after the match they stay in the ring and Jade tries to calm down Bianca, because Bianca, I can't see Bianca being the one to get pinned while they're losing those championships in the future. And then Jade is trying to, to console Bianca, and Bianca just clocks her.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that.
I can totally see that happening.
Yeah. Now we go to the main event. Our guy taking on Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles taking on Cody Rhodes. Maggie, we both know who we want to win.
Yeah, I know.
We both know who we want to win, but I think we both know who is going to win, and his name is Cody Rhodes.
No, AJ should totally win.
Oh, AJ should totally win. I concur with that statement, my lady. But I think we know Cody will win, unfortunately. And the only reason I say unfortunately is because we're both AJ Styles guys or fans. You're not a guy, but you know what I mean. I want. This is one of those things where I just hope both people have fun. You know, I want a kick-ass match. Is what I really want. You want your 8 stars? Yes. Will it happen? No,
No.
because that just don't happen in the Federation. Anyways, I want this match to kick ass. That's really what I want because I already know who's going to win. So
Yeah, we all know that Cody is winning here, but that's not the important thing. Is the important thing here is
the
that
sweetie
AJ
brother.
Styles is in his um half naked era. He's is in his shirtless era.
Oh, you
He's
like that, huh?
doing everything without a shirt. He did the presser before SmackDown without wearing a shirt. He was wearing his pants, and you could see I could literally see his abs from Bulgaria to France.
France,
Yeah, I
France,
mean that sun was
wee wee.
agreeing with the guy. Um, it was so great. It was kind of lame because that entire crowd was chanting "Thank you, Roman," and you could see the expression on Cody's face. Um, it's. I hope the match is good because what we're witnessing in the past couple of months and probably maybe years is that AJ Styles isn't the wrestler that he was before. And that's totally understandable because, like, he's not 30 anymore. And before that, I used to say he's not 20 anymore. But yeah, he's not 30 anymore. And he's he's having the time of his life supporting his son on his I want to see baseball games.
Yeah. Hey, that one guy. If he goes back to your bar, you turn it on for him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, I might get the chance to see AJ Styles. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I I just hope that this match is what we're hoping it is.
Yeah.
That's I don't know how else to phrase this, but it better be because like I'm growing a bit impatient when it comes to AJ Styles because and that's probably on me because I put the guy on a pedestal and you also like you totally understand what I'm coming from.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, can't wait for the match. I hope it's good.
Yeah. I mean,
Fucking
that's
dirty.
really what we're coming down to. I mean, this was one of the matches when I found out Cody Rhodes was going to WWE. This was like one of the first matches that I was like, yes, we're going to get Cody versus AJ. And the fact that it took this damn long irritates me, but it is what it is, you know? So, but yep, Cody will win. My heart says, my heart wants AJ, but my
Oh yeah,
brain,
yeah. The right move is for AJ to win. I mean,
yeah,
God, like
yeah.
Cody. Okay, listen up, because do you? And I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with
Oh,
this.
you? No,
I know
no.
that people are gonna be pissed. Uh, are you enjoying Cody Rhodes as champion? I know we've only seen this for like a couple of weeks.
I have no problem with him as champion. I like it.
Okay, it's just me then.
No, there's a lot of people that don't like it
No,
already.
I love
Oh,
the
gotcha.
fact that Cody is champion. I love this because what we got out of Roman, don't get me wrong, I love Roman, but like the way his title reign was going, in the past couple of years, no thanks, okay? We need a champion who's gonna be there on shows, he's gonna defend the championship on pay-per-views, hopefully at all pay-per-views, because like that's a champion and that's what a champion what's he's supposed to do. But it's kind of like because they built it so much, Cody beating Roman at some point, that the build was so great that now that it finally happened, it's so deflating. This is Twin Peaks all over again. I mean, it's thank you for giving me the closure that I obviously needed. But now what? You know, it was the same thing with with Daniel Bryan back in the day. He won that championship. It was the best thing that happened at WrestleMania. He celebrated, and then let's have a year-long feud with Kane over Brie, and like that was insane, and it was kind of dumb. So I hope that this isn't where we're going. I hope so, but like I I hope that I get excited about Cody being champion once again. I kind of feel like this is on me again because I built it so much. And now that it's here, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I I hope that's on me.
No, I understand. I do. I do.
Reminder guys, send us your super chats. You can say what your favorite Madonna song is, and I can try
Uh,
to sing it without us getting
all
banned.
right. We have the names now of who was released.
No. Are we going there?
I guess. Let's go
Like,
ahead.
are they announced already? That Corey or Sean?
Sean just put them out there. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
I'll put them up here. 1 second. Let's.
Damn it.
There's one name. 1 second here. Let's get this up here.
That's always a sucky day, by the way.
Yep.
And yeah, they waited until SmackDown was over so they can do that.
Here we
You
go.
always hate when that happens
Here we
because
go. Pulling it up.
it's people losing their jobs.
So Darrell Mason, Vlad
Pavlenko?
yeah, thank you. Ezekiel Bologun,
Mm-hmm.
Kaya Saint, Emma Diaz, Valentina Feroz, Keyshawn LaFleur, Trey Bear Hill. He was in the recent the thing that what was that the little tournament they had like OBE Femi won, and
Oh, okay.
Julian Baldy.
Okay.
So I'll keep those up just a little bit longer. So those are
Yeah,
the names, and
I kind of
I
feel like
apologize for all the names I butchered there, but
I feel like those people weren't given a chance.
yeah, they unfortunately probably weren't. Valentina, I recognize that name, and Trey, I recognize. I'm kind of wondering why I know the Valentina name. I'll look that.
So because I don't watch Level Up because I am watching that. I suppose these people were on Level Up.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So that sucks, man. Like if you're already built towards being on a product that is on your network.
yeah,
I mean, damn it.
yeah. Such one.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course that sucks. Do we know if they have a 90-day non-compete
Usually
clause?
not. Usually
NXT
theirs are
superstars.
30 days. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
usually theirs are 30 days. So
Okay.
sucks. Hate when people lose their jobs.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and both have been on NXT. The other
Yeah.
names, like I honestly can't remember, and so that sucks. I hate when people lose their jobs. So we wish the best for them. So
Yeah, surely I hope because if not anything, having a WWE NXT or Level Up on your resume, surely that has some weight in your future endeavors. I'm sorry for saying it like that, but hopefully it all goes well. We're wishing all of these people um a speedy way back to the top.
wait, we might have more names. Hold on. Uh,
I mean, please
One
no.
second. Drew Gulak. Okay, Drew Gulak has been released.
Are you sure?
It's according to PWI Insider or Pro Wrestling Insider. Mike Johnson, a PW Insider. So
Let's wait until Sean confirms it. Or
well, I
Corey.
know, but I'm just saying that one. When
Yeah,
it comes
I'll
to Mike,
refrain from commenting on this until Corey
when
or
my,
Sean
well,
can.
I completely understand that. When Mike Johnson says it, I pretty much I put him up there with those guys.
Oh, absolutely. I just, have complete faith in Corey and Sean. That's
Yeah.
that's all I'm
Oh yeah.
saying.
I mean that's the thing. So
Um,
yeah. Oh, so Corey wrote not a complete list. So so those are ones that they could confirm as now. So there might be more.
yes.
Shit beans.
Thank you to our lovely moderators for keeping us
Yes.
posted while we're on the show. Everyone, please congratulate Ryan and Mark. Just
Soupy. Yeah. Soupy.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, I know, but I'm just
People need to know that Soupy's name is Mark.
yeah.
Because we're all Marks for Soupy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Right.
I'm always correct when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay. Let's
Yes.
go over the TNA card quick. Just gonna go over it. Not gonna do predictions because
Yeah, because this is I was talking to Rob before the show. I remember everyone being so fucking excited that TNA is back, and I just just stopped. I just stopped, and I don't know if I'm losing, or like I don't know if am I missing out? Like people, please, because like I adored Impact and I was stoked for TNA, and then I'm like not. Am
Ricardo's here
I?
too. Thank you, Ricardo.
Yes, I obviously meant you, Ricardo. Now, okay, here's a kiss. I'm sorry, I left you out. The others didn't get a kiss, so there you go. You're special now.
There you go. All right. So TNA tonight, live on TNA Plus, the Ocho. Where that? Oh, Under Siege. There it is. Friday, May 3rd, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Washington Avenue at the Armory in Albany, New York. You can watch it on Triller, TNA Plus. You got Under Siege, not the Steven Seagal Under Siege. But anyways, 6-man tag match with The System taking on Matt Hardy and Speedball Mountain. Didn't have that one on my bingo card happening in May. You have Mustafa Ali taking on Ace Austin. PCO and Jordan Grace taking on Steph DeLander, who just had an interview with Sean Ross Sapp, put on this week.
Yes.
And Khan, K-O-N. We also have a tag team match with Josh Alexander and Eric Young taking on Frankie Kazarian and Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin, who just got a new contract with TNA, who will be sticking around. Hammerstone taking on Jake something. Congratulations to Drew for that one. You have Spitfire taking on Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich. Jonathan Gresham taking on Kushida. Laredo Kid taking on Rich Swann. Joe Hendry taking on Zachary Wentz. Ash by Elegance taking on Havoc. And the FBI in action. Some old ECW Guido. That's the only one I recognize in there. But there you go. Now, here's something important. Earlier, I brought up the name Mrs. Parker from Friday. So, this is her. This was in 1995. The photo on the left.
Okay.
The photo on the right is 2021.
Okay.
I believe she's 70 in that picture. In the
I refuse to believe that.
I did too. So, Miss Parker, hi, I'm Rob. I don't know if you have a thing for guys in wrestling media, but if you do, how you doing? There you go. So, I just thought I'd shoot my shot. It didn't work, but why the hell not? Okay, D'Lo Diggs, there he is. How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you here. Hope the married life is treating you well, my friend. All right, where should we go now? Let's talk about some news
Let's
that
let,
broke
let's
out.
let's talk about the Cooper effect if you want.
Should we let should we do that, or should we go to
Whatever you want. Whatever you
let's go ahead and talk EC3, or excuse me, wow, I'm gonna regret that. You know what, we're gonna go ahead and do the Cooper effect because I don't want to go that route right now. Thank you, Maggie. I'm blaming you for this.
want. Sure.
Yeah, might as well. I don't want to blame myself. So here.
Guys, as Sean mentioned on Twitter, uh, he he's having a pretty rough time right now, and it's because of his mama passing. Um, and he always shared just how much she was responsible for turning him into the wonderful human being that he is. Um, of course, both Rob and I send all our love, best wishes to Sean's family. But anyone that had anything to do with Sean being shaped into the wonderful person and wonderful, loving human being that he is top notch in my book. So, of course, this week's Cooper effect is Sean's grandmother. Um, may she rest in peace. And I know that she's smiling somewhere because Sean is the person who he is because of her. And I'm kind of emotional right now because like Sean, he's even now, everything that he's going through, like a bunch of weirdos on Twitter are still using this to be fucking dickholes. And it would have been extremely funny if it wasn't so sad. And that is just so incredibly weird. People should get the help that they obviously need and then go away and make yourself disappear just so people around you can be safe. You can be safe from yourself because like you're awful human beings, but I won't let this cast a shadow on the wonderful human being that Sean's grandmother was.
Yes, I couldn't say anybody any better myself. We get to see a side of Sean that a lot of people don't get to see. And he's not kidding when he says this on Twitter. He doesn't go after people unless they go, like say something to him first. And that is the absolute truth. There is always a receipt per se.
Yes.
There is. It's even if it's like a like, or if there's a reply, there's a receipt somewhere. And
Yes.
that's the truth. And she raised a great person. He is very understanding. He's
ridiculously patient.
he works with me. Or he
He's
knows that.
ridiculously patient. I'm not even kidding. And he's never mad. I mean, legitimately he's never mad at people, no matter how much one of us, because like the Fightful team is huge amount of people. And like, okay, not huge amount, but like a bunch of people. And at some point, one of us screws up, okay? And he's never mad. Like he has a right to be, and he's never mad. Like
I
he never raises his voice. He's never mad. Like he just gets up and continues because like he knows that we're human beings. And like that's the type of person that Sean is, and we can thank his mother for grandmother for that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I mean, like I just raised my hand, and I mean there's a couple of things that I'm convinced that I have not made things easier. If you go back and watch last year's WWE draft,
No,
my
don't.
my God, that's the miracle that I'm still here. But that's just shows how Sean is. He he forget and move on. That one we still bring up from time to time because it was a disaster. And that's and that I'll still admit that was all me. I mean, that was nobody else. That was all me. And
I'm glad that we've come to the point when you talk about this with a smile on your face and not just looking down at yourself.
oh man, well I don't
And
know if many
you
people.
were you were just like like
I offered my resignation. I did. I don't think I've told anybody that publicly, but I did. And Sean was like, he didn't say this, but he pretty much like, shut up and just let's move on. Like it was. He's like, yes, it was a disaster, but we can move on. Granted, they didn't do one this year, but yeah. So there you go. But working with Sean, working for Sean has been a real blessing, and um, he gave you guys this show, so he gave us a chance. So we were. I don't know
yes,
if
we
you
weren't gonna
realize.
be here if it weren't for
Yeah,
Sean. That's
I don't
that's
know if
all.
you realize that, like what he's done, um, but Sean, thank you for everything. You know how much you mean to us, and
The thing is that Sean is always here for us at Fightful whenever we're going through crap. So now is the time for us to
be there for him.
try to, yeah, be here.
Or
Damn
behave
it,
too.
be here for him. Jeez.
We need to behave too. I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
and
much.
behave also.
And
Obviously,
we've already
I
failed
I mean that's not happening on the show, but like
on this show.
that's where people are here.
Uh, like have you ever when you watch a TV show, you know how it starts with the following show has been rated TVMA or TV like. Have you ever seen that like at the
No.
beginning? Oh, okay. Well, it comes on here in the States. Like the show has been rated TVMA, like mature audiences. That would be this podcast. The following podcast has been rated MA because
because because
Rob
we're
and
here.
Maggie are yeah are are crazy. But let's move on and talk about Ethan Page.
Oh, there you go. You
I
said the
got it.
right name, the correct one. There
Jesus.
you go. I'm so pissed off, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so pissed off. I have no idea what he said in that video. I know Supi's in the
Uh,
chat.
he basically promoted his independent show or his indie, so it was good. And then he promoted, I believe, his merchandise, like his, I guess, t-shirt, wrestling store. What's that store? Pro Wrestling Tees. Like, just reference that stuff. He didn't really touch on AEW or anything like that. So he just kind of promoted himself, which is perfect. Oh, Ringside
Actually,
Collectibles. That's what he did. Thank you.
that is such an Ethan Page thing. Um, I've been because I was over the moon when Ethan Page debuted at Full Gear. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
full year
it
2021.
2021.
No,
No, 20
2020.
2020.
Jesus.
And then I did my drink video at 2021. So oh yeah. Yeah, that's correct. And I I feel like they never gave him the chance, man. I
Oh,
I was I was absolutely sure that he was gonna be the one to be a wonderful TNT champion. Um, I had no idea what direction they were gonna go with him, and of course that kind of pissed me off because when you're on Twitter and you think um of fans of Ethan Page, you always think
oh,
about Nails, right?
yeah, it was
Mm,
AEW Revolution 2021.
okay, Revolution 2021. Thank you. Yeah, and then the pandemic happened. Yeah, that there you go. Um, well, I lost my thought now. Yeah, okay. So you kind of think of Nails. Shout out to Nails, egomaniac Nails from New York. Um, so I lost my mind a bit. I jumped on my couch a lot when he debuted because I said on Twitter that I was gonna fucking lose my shit if he debuted it. He did, and I jumped on my couch a lot. And Ethan Page still owes me a couch. That's all I'm gonna say. Um,
Corey says,
I'm not gonna hold it over your head because like you're not employed now, Ethan. The Julian. So I'm gonna remember that in the near future. When you become champion in WWE, right? I was pissed that he was never given a chance, even in Ring of Honor. Uh, so it's that waste of I'm okay. I'm not gonna say it's a waste of talent, but like when you have that deep of a
it's a
roster that
waste of a talent.
oh
It's a
yeah,
hell
yeah,
of a
yeah, of
waste.
course. Yeah, of course it's a waste of a talent. But when you get that deep of a roster that AEW has, it's one of those frustrating things that people like Scorpio Sky, people like Ethan Page, um, people like Ricky Starks, my God, man, like people like that are getting lost in the shuffle, and that pisses me off because you can easily see Ricky Starks as the future of AEW. And I was rooting for him beating MJF at some point for that championship. Obviously, they went a way different route with him. Um, but I, you always kind of want to feel like it was the right place at a wrong time with Ethan Page because like crazy. I felt like they got a buttload of talent in a really short amount of time.
Hmm.
And I kind of feel like that fucked things over. Um, I'm never gonna shut up about Ethan Page. The guy is incredibly charismatic and incredibly athletic. Like he did something to his body. Like he put himself through hell in order to get him into the best shape of his life. And I mean I loved his blogs. I mean like you could see him, you know, getting TV ready over when he was over at Impact. Um TV ready and you know recording ready and everything, and then he'll, you know, let go for a bit and then get into ridiculous shape again just so they can, you know, tape shows and everything. But it's just I'm pissed off. It was such a waste of time, and I feel like Ethan could have done way more. I mean, granted, a paycheck is a paycheck. Like I'm not gonna sit around and you know crap on uh you know the booking and creative and everything. I mean, I just did. I'm sad that he. I mean, he should have challenged for at least all of Ring of Honor championships. I mean, he could have won the tag team championships all by himself. Um, he could have been a really amazing Ring of Honor champion.
Yipper.
Seriously, he could have been amazing at it. And you could have gotten everything that you wanted out of Ethan Page. I feel like he was never given a chance. Uh, the guy's a star in my point of view. Uh, it's just I the North, that tag team with Josh Alexander and Ethan Page, they were one of my favorite tag teams from Impact. If they decide to turn this around, granted, I have no idea what the relationship between Josh Alexander and Ethan Page is. I don't know if they made that public or not, if they're on good terms or not. I have no idea, but I just want to see Ethan Page happy in wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make me happy. That's all I'm saying. But a fucking waste. I'm
Yeah.
just pissed off. Go watch my Ethan Page drink video. It's probably the first video that Supi was a part of. By the way, Ethan Page loved it. Just so you guys know.
So yeah. So that's cool. Your drinking videos. I hope you bring those back someday. Anyways,
I am bringing those videos back.
I know.
Stay tuned.
I just want to make sure you do it. I just want.
Oh, so you're getting it out there. So
no, I'm just saying I want you to do it. I want you bring it out in the open. I want you to just bring it out. Yes. Just let it out, Maggie. Just do your shit. Just do it. Like Nike. Just do it. Deal?
Hopefully I will.
Make Sunday. A deal. Shake on it. There you go.
Oh, almost in unison. Okay.
Proud of you, kid. All right. Maggie, a guy that I know you were a big fan of. His name's Kenneth Omega. He returned on AEW Dynamite on TNT. Well, here in the States on TNT. This past, or no, it was TBS. My bad. It's my first day. Anyways, he returned this week and he got his ass kicked by the Elite. Those bastards, they killed Kenny.
Okay, so let's tell the story correctly.
What? They killed him. He's dead. He died.
Yeah,
the sons of bitches.
You bastards. Let's okay, so Dynamite started with Tony Khan being in Jacksonville with his neck brace and everything, and he was like, "Hi," like being the most TK wooden delivery. Okay, staring right into the camera. It was so great. So he was staring
before you start.
Okay.
And I want people in chat. Just tell me if you agree with this or not. Does Tony look terrified every time he goes on camera? Like, does he, or is it just me? Because he looks terrified. But I just want to know what other people think.
It's all in the eyes, because if you look like this while you're delivering all sorts of lines, you can't help but look terrified by everything that you're saying. Do you get it?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's all in the eyes. That's it.
Okay,
so
artichoke.
TK was over at Jacksonville and he was saying, "I'm gonna, do the show remotely from here, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Dynamite. We have a wonderful card for you today." And then I mean, that's exactly what he sounds like. And then the Young Bucks cut him off. And they were like, "Oops, lost the feed there, boss. We're going to take it from here." And then they played an Elite opening to Dynamite, which was fucking hilarious. By the way, it was just them and Jack Perry and Okada. Like, that's it. So then afterwards, Swerve comes out and he says that the EVPs are incredibly selfish, and that's still a bitch move that they did last week. Uh, and then the Young Bucks appear on the Titantron and they say, "Oh, uh, okay, you're saying all these mean things to us. So here's the thing. We're gonna announce who your opponent for Double or Nothing is. He's a Canadian. He hasn't been around for a while." And I'm like, surely that's not Kenny Omega because they fired him from the Elite. And of course, it's Christian Cage.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, LOL ratings. I guess that cat's out of bag right now. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The ratings are in the mud because they don't mean anything. Once again, like for the 50,000th time, they mean nothing. So right out of the gate, Christian Cage is the first opponent for Swerve. I'm just because I'm if I stop right here talking about Christian Cage, I'm gonna forget all about it. Let me tell you why this is incredibly genius. First of all, Christian Cage is a master at this. He's so good because um he punched him with a mic. First of all, that's how it all started. He delivered the kill switch on the AEW championships. Um, then he mentioned Swerve beating up Nick Wayne, months back, almost a year back. And then he brings up their loss at All In. And that is a genius thing. So I don't want people to confuse this with long-term storytelling because it's not. This is like, I'm sure that last year at All In, they didn't go, "Oh, let's have Christian and Swerve lose that match so that eventually when Swerve wins that championship, Christian can have something to say about it." I'm sure that's not. This is just a brilliant way for them to play off of their own history, and that's something amazing. And lastly, I just want to extend all my flowers that I currently possess to Christian Cage because this is exactly why people are liking heels more and more, because heels are smart people. Because Christian Cage waited until the very moment that Swerve possessed the AEW championship to go in there and tell him just how pissed off he was because he lost the match for them at the biggest event that AEW ever had at Wembley Stadium. Because if you're a babyface, he would have just came back and, cost Swerve the match against Hangman or something. But no, he waited until he has a championship just so that match would have been for that said championship. And that's the smart thing to do, and that's the obvious thing to do. But somehow babyfaces are always stupid and brain dead people. So kudos to Christian Cage. We love heels because heels are smart people. So moving on from that.
Well,
Um,
the one thing too that I caught. This was later in the show. I mean, not to fast forward too much, but since it's part of the story, Swerve says next week that he's bringing somebody in, or he won't be alone.
okay.
So I don't think that's going to be anybody that's part of the Mogul Embassy. Who do you think it'll be? I on Twitter, I said, please be Keith Lee. I know it makes no absolute sense for it to be Keith Lee, but that's kind of why I want it to be Keith Lee because I love watching the internet burn.
Yeah.
That's why I want it to be Keith Lee. Plus, it's Keith Lee. I like Keith Lee. You could just imagine how great life would have been if Adam Cole was his manager. Man.
No. Um,
Yeah, that's the right
I
answer.
I have no idea who like apart from Keith Lee, who do you got?
Well, Soupy makes a good point. AR Fox, but that doesn't do anything for me. But
Yeah, well, it doesn't do anything for me too, but those are all logical picks. That's all I'm gonna say.
it's AJ Francis.
No.
I'm just saying. I mean,
I know.
he's a free agent. I believe so. No, I know. I think Keith Lee would be a good call, and I
Yeah.
know, but that's me, of course, wanting people to lose their shit because that's how we roll. We like the chaos.
Yes. Chaos theory. Yes.
Chaos.
Yeah. So moving on from that, um, then later Kenny Omega comes out and I'm crying, of
What?
course.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm crying and because Kenny Omega comes out in a suit
Hmm.
and he's clearly a babyface here because he's in Canada and he's been missing for months now and you know that everyone was going to be fucking ecstatic to see the guy. So clearly he's a babyface. So why would a babyface Kenny Omega wear a suit? Because he wore suits all the time when he was a heel champion. But like a babyface Kenny Omega wearing a suit and glasses and being more formal, and I'm like, fuck no, he's gonna retire. Uh, so I was fucking losing it. And he says that living is being in this ring. And he also said that until someone says otherwise, a part of the power of this company belongs to the best bout machine. And I'm like, oh, fucking yes. And then we hear the coin drop. And I like astral projection, Rob. I left my body again.
This
So
is how you get banned, Scott. I'm just kidding with you, but
no, that like I mean, ban you. I will go onto YouTube and ban your ass. Yeah. So we hear the coin drop, and Okada comes out, and he says, "I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm the best bout machine now." And Jack Perry attacks Kenny Omega from behind, and I'm like, okay, so he's taking bumps now. He also said that doctors he talked about this a bit on his Twitch streams almost every week. He said the doctors told him if he was 24 hours late, he could have been not
dead.
here anymore.
Yep.
And they told him, okay, you have, two options. The first option is we operate on you, and then you wear a bag in your stomach for the rest of your life, or you become a ticking time bomb, and at some point something will happen in your body and you won't be able to do anything whatsoever. And granted, having the operation means that you never get to do what you do in the ring ever again. And then from that slightest moment you realize that he's about to take a chair shot to the gut. I mean, like, you knew that. And then, okay, Jack Perry attacks him from behind. He gets a chair and hits Kenny in the gut with that chair. And I'm like, okay. So he was obviously cleared at some capacity to do that,
Yeah.
because there is no way he won't be cleared ever to, to do whatever in the ring. And then he comes out and does this.
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone would have agreed to that if he wasn't cleared at some capacity. Um, so they beat him down, and then the Young Bucks come out, and they were like, "Oh, come on! Like, That's not how, like, that's Kenny. Please, guys, stop. And then they give Kenny the EVP trigger. Um, the interesting part is that FTR came out and helped out Kenny.
Goes back.
Um, when the, yeah. So when we transitioned into Rampage, because this was a 3 hour show, they transitioned right into Rampage, and we saw Kenny Omega getting stretched out, and he was taken to the back to an ambulance. And then Matt and Nick attacked FTR, which they were escorting Kenny to the ambulance. The Young Bucks attack FTR, and Matt Jackson whispers to Kenny, Kenny, you know I love you to death. It's just business. And he just fucking flips the stretcher. And the most hilarious part is that the moment he flips the stretcher, he says, somebody check up on him. I like Twitter isn't talking enough about this exact line, because like I kind of feel like this means something. Or am I seeing too much of this? I
I don't.
don't know this, if this will be a part of, something that's, I don't know if this is an internal struggle within the Young Bucks to do this to Kenny. I don't know if there is, yes, if there is something pushing them to be this way or not. So what Bonkers is talking about here is that we're obviously going into a storyline that will culminate into Blood and Guts. So this is easily, a long ass feud, easily. So I don't want them to go directly into Blood and Guts, because I kind of feel like Blood and Guts should be a match that ends the feud. And I kind of feel like we're getting a lot of matches here. So the thing is, I feel like we're getting the Elite versus some sort of a group made by TK. So why do I feel like Motor City Machine Guns have nothing to do with the original plot of what TK is going for here? I would lose my shit if it were Motor City Machine Guns. Just I'm just saying. So what we're about, what's this building up towards, is the Young Bucks, Jack Perry, and Okada versus Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, and probably a tag team here. They're obviously building towards FTR because they were the one to help Kenny. But we don't know if FTR will be taken out of the picture. In my eyes, Lucha Brothers were right there. I mean, Phoenix just came back from an injury, and Lucha Brothers were there from the very start of AEW, and they've had multiple feuds with the Young Bucks themselves. So this is right there. I mean, they had a match at the original Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, the first one. One of my favorite tag team matches, by the way. Escalera de la Muerte match. I mean, that was a thing of beauty. So what Kenny Omega said when Okada came out, Kenny said, give me a couple of months. I cannot get this out of my head. He said, give me a couple of months. So a couple of months, the soonest a couple of months means is Forbidden Door. But I feel like we're not getting anything, at Forbidden Door. I hope I eat my words and we do get to see that. Although I do hope that Kenny Omega just takes care of himself, just so he can be sure, and then come back. So I don't know if FTR are going to be a part of this. If they are, that's perfectly fine. But where that leaves us is where Hangman stands in this entire thing. Because, I mean, he kind of left AEW for a sabbatical, and, for like punish him for a bit because like he attacked a referee, right?
Yeah.
And he always also hates Swerve's guts. So I can't possibly see him joining Kenny Omega, although I would like to see a face to face between Kenny Omega and Hangman because we never got to see that split all over again. Because when they were part of the Elite, newly reformed Elite, the last time we didn't get to see that implosion all over again because like Hangman just lost his shit when he got into the feud with Swerve, and then Kenny went away for his health issues and everything. But I do wonder where Hangman is in this entire situation. I feel like I've been talking for 20 minutes. So do you mind sharing your thoughts about everything that happened elite wise on Dynamite? Like, where do you stand?
I think they are setting up for a blood and guts match. I think. Do I necessarily think FTR is going to be involved in it? Not. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I don't know. I could see that, obviously, being part of it. I think Swerve will be part of it now. I don't think Kenny will. I don't think Kenny will be ready. I think they did to be part of the blood and guts match.
So you think that they're gonna do the blood and guts match
without him? It'll be a 5-on-5 without.
Well, when do you think they're gonna do the blood and guts match?
Probably June, like they normally. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but like the thing is that the blood and guts match, because it's not a full on a normal match, I can actually see them protecting Kenny a lot in a match like that.
That's the thing. I don't think we see Kenny come back until All In, if he comes back.
Well, that's just you possessing.
Because I think it's Okada versus Omega at All In.
Yeah, that's what I actually feel like, and that is also you
manifesting
having All In tickets. So
let's go with that. But no, I honestly, I mean, granted, he did do a couple of bumps and stuff, but I mean, that's the thing. Some people say that
shot to the gut. Come on.
Some people said maybe he did that because he is going to have surgery. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. That's just speculation. I just want the guy to be okay more than anything. And we both agree with that. I don't know. I think this all leads to a blood and guts match, though. I mean, but where it goes after that, I don't know either.
I can actually see them having the blood and guts match at All Out.
That could be too. That's interesting, yeah.
Because they need important matches for both All In and All Out.
You want to know something that grinds my gears, Maggie, real quick? I saw. Okay, you know what? It's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't really grind my gears at all. But I saw that. I saw that July 3rd. I think it was July 3rd. Let me just pull up the calendar here. July 3rd. AEW is going to be in Chicago. Then they're going to be back 2 months later for All Out. And I'm just like,
well, that's understandably annoying because
it is. But it's like, it is what it is.
Stop having, okay, when it comes to wrestling, I will always plead for two things. One of them being AEW to cut back on Chicago shows, and
they have. I'll give them that.
Not nearly as much as they should, and that's not because of CM Punk. No, they're a lot. So cut back on Chicago shows, first of all, and second of all, I want someone to feud with Cody Rhodes without ever mentioning his dad.
Yeah,
can we do that? Can we do that?
There's two things that would be good. One of those two, like, yeah, I would love to hear somebody feud with like the only time I want, like, if they do it, what I want to say is like, I don't have anything to say about your dad. Let's move on. Like, unlike everybody else, I don't have anything to say about your dad. So, like, something like that. That's
I'll
fine.
be perfectly fine if Joe Hendry feuds with Cody Rhodes over who has the best blonde hair. I mean, I would have been, I would be okay with this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Maggie, it's time for you to plug your shit.
Guys, you can follow me on Twixter at Maggie_IK and on Instagram at Maggie.IK. Thank you.
I'll be honest. If my dad worked at Nintendo, I'd probably say something too. That's funny though. That made me pop. Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at FightfulRob, along with threads at FightfulRob. Every Friday, I can be seen right here beside that lovely lady at 3 o'clock Eastern every Friday for Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It means a lot to me that you check us out every week. We appreciate you so much. And before we go, there's a lot of assholes on Twitter.
Yeah, there.
A lot. And there's a lot of people that think they know better than others. And there's a guy named Sean O'Leary who constantly just goes after Fightful. Like, he's a former reporter. And he says he's a former reporter. That's fine. He probably is. I don't care about his work, but he always gives advice. What he did, what I used to do. He doesn't do it anymore. My advice to him, since he likes to give advice, go do it your fucking self if you want to give advice. It's that simple. Fightful does the things they do the way they do it because it works for us. It works for Sean. It works for the whole news crew. They do what it works for them. If you don't like it, do it on your own. It's that simple. That simple.
Or just go bugger off.
Yeah, that too. So go fuck yourself, San Diego, on that one. Because nobody gives a shit. You might, and the only people that do give a shit are the ones that already, for whatever reason, don't like Fightful. And I get that. I understand that there's people that don't like us because of certain things. I get that. I understand. Not everybody will like us, and that's unfortunate. But I didn't want to say that. And that goes for anything. If you don't like the way something is done, and that goes for anything, like not wrestling, anything. If there's something you can do about it, do it. Just that's all. So I want to say thank you for tuning in with that lovely note as I end the show. But I mean, it's true. I'm not trying to end it like getting bad. I'm just saying, believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. That's it.
Piss off if you're a horrible human being.
Yeah. So that's it. Thank you guys. We will see you next week. We will talk about AEW Dynamite. We will talk about what happened at Backlash.
France!
So much more. So peace out, dudes. And we wish you all the best. So, and Maggie, if you think I wasn't going to play this,
No.
Sacrifice! 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 Sacrifice!
I did it, and I almost forgot. You know what would be fun to do?
Yeah, David Buster's, damn it.
That would be fun. Go to Dave & Buster's, play a couple games. I don't drink, but let my friends play a couple games and let them drink and
Just end the show.
have a good old time.
Just end the show.
I will try to end the show. Hold on. Let's see what else we got here.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
I mean, I'm about to start smoking on the show.
Hey, ratings. Let's go.
I like the way you do business.
See? I like the way you do business. What else we got here?
Stop it.
Maggie's like, this is Maggie right now to me.
I guess
mean shut the fuck up? That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
All right, guys. We we are out. We'll see you later. Peace.